What's up guys, Rikh here. Gonna show you guys and talk a bit about Frost in 6.2 and how the rotation changes quite a bit once you get the Archimonde trinket. It's pretty straightforward, but I get right into it with how you want to open up. At least this is how I play, and I've been playing around with it quite a bit, and I feel like it's working quite well for me. Anyways, I'm gonna do a pull timer. You want to start casting Frostbolt around 2. Then you want to use Water Jet right away on the first Frostbolt. Then you want to use your cooldowns right after, and then you just do Frostbolt Icelands here every time. Frostbolt Iceland. Don't worry about stacking up your stacks here. It's just Frostbolt Icelands, Frostbolt Iceland. Until Water Jet is over, then you use another Frostbolt. You see my stacks here? Yeah, I have 2. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna do Frozen Orb here. You want to make sure you keep on doing Frostbolt Icelands every time. Water Jet is coming up cooldowns. I'm gonna use it right away. I don't care how many stacks I have. I'm gonna use it right away. I always use one Frostfire Bolt after my Water Jet just to make sure I don't get capped out super hard. The idea here is to try to have as many procs up all the time. You want to basically have an Iceland proc almost for every Frostbolt. So if you start up like I do here, you will, almost every time you will have, now Water Jet is up again. So you will use it right away before you lose your Iceland procs. Now you have 3 stacks. I want to use one Frostbolt here to get 4. Then once you have 4 stacks, you want to keep on doing Frostbolt Icelands right away. And now Frozen Orb is about to come up. You want to use it right away. I'm going to use it right now. Wait a little bit, then use it. You want to be on 4 stacks all the time. Being on 3 stacks is kind of nice when you have Frozen Orb because you might get a few too many. Now I'm going to use Water Jet, it's up cooldown, I'm going to use it right away. Use Frozen Orb, Frostfire Bolt. I have 3, I'm going to use 1 Frostbolt, and then I'm going to use Frostbolt Icelands again. You want to make sure you always have 4 stacks after your Water Jet is over. You always want to make sure you have 4 stacks of Iceland procs. Water Jet is about to come up, so I'm getting like perfect procs. I'm going to use Water Jet here right away. And I'm going to use my Frostfire Bolts, and now I'm going to get 4 stacks here. You see I have 2 stacks. 4. You always want to make sure you get 4 stacks. With every Water Jet, always get 4 stacks, because you want to make sure that you have stacks available until you can get to your Frozen Orb or your next Water Jet. So I'm going to use Orb here again. I'm going to use Water Jet here right away, because I only have 2 stacks, so I won't really get too many overstacked. It doesn't matter, even if you have 3 or 4 stacks, you can use Water Jet right away because it's even better. Because you want to make sure you always have 4 stacks. So if you're at 4 stacks from the start of it, it means that you don't have to cast any Frostbolt. Like it means that you don't have to cast any Frostbolt on its own. Okay, so I ran off procs here, which can happen. Just cast Frostbolt until you have Water Jet, then you use Water Jet right away. Running out of procs between can happen sometime, but usually it won't. Now I have 4 again. I only got 3 there, but I think I fucked up there, but... You want to try to make sure you always have 4 stacks for after every Water Jet. Frozen Orb again. I'm gonna use Water Jet right away here to get stacks back up. I have 2. 3. Now I have 4. Now I can use Water Iceland again. I should be able to get 1 more Frostbolt Iceland before this one is over. So I have 4 here and 2 here. It doesn't matter, even if you get 4, even if you get 2 of Frostfire Bolts procs while you're stacking up your Icelands, it doesn't matter, because the more important part here, I'm gonna run out of procs right before my Water Jet again. Okay, I got 1 more. You have to keep in mind that the most important part with the new Frost rotation is that you want to make sure you always have 4 stacks after Water Jet. So you have a lot of stacks for the remaining one. You don't have any ways of getting any more procs. Like now, you see, my Water Jet is still 6 seconds cooldown, so I still have procs available to me. And now I use water jet. Now I stack up again. I kept the 4. Now I got 4. Now I use Iceland again. I can get 1 more. Don't worry about frozen orb. You can wait a bit with the frozen orb. You can use one more Iceland here. When you I have 4. Okay, I'm gonna use frozen orb here because your water jet is about to come off cooldown as well. You never like you want to try to like alternate your. Now I'm gonna use water jet even if I have 4 stacks. I could have waited a little bit with my water jet there because I still had my frozen orb up, so you might get like a bit overstacked. Get 1 more. Yep, 4 stacks again. So now I have 3 stacks left. I just keep on doing Frostbolt Islands until I get my next water jet again. Just keep going like this. And now I water jet, use water jet right away. I have 1 stack. I'm keep on casting Frostbolt until I get to 4. And I have 4. Now I use Iceland again. And one thing here is if your water jet and your frozen orb is about to come up off cooldown both at the same time, always prioritize water jet first because it has a lower cooldown. So you can use it again quicker. You always want to prioritize your water jet over your frozen orb. It depends though. If there's a lot of mobs, frozen orb probably does a lot more damage. So now I can use frozen. You don't want to delay your frozen orb too much either because it does a lot of damage. Now I have 3 stacks. My water jet is about to come off cooldown. I'm gonna use it right away. I'm gonna use my frozen orb for my frost firebolt so I don't over stack up on that. I'm gonna use another one. Now I'm back at 4. I keep going back to my normal rotation. Ice Veins, I obviously haven't used Ice Veins properly. You want to use Ice Veins on cooldown pretty much. Or you want to save it for like any burst phase you want to use on the bosses. It really depends. But this is basically how you play Frost now. It's all about like trying to always have procs available. It's quite different from the Frost you used to play, but right now it's like more about stacking up procs, making sure you always have them available for every Frostbolt proc you're casting outside of your water jet and stuff. 1 more before my frozen orb here. I'm gonna use water jet right away here because I could have waited again a bit there, but I got a lot of stacks at the end. Like I had 2 stacks and I got like a million stacks at the same second. I can get 1 more off here. Now I have 4 stacks again. I just keep on spamming. Use my frost fire before it runs out. I'm gonna be proc starved here. I'm gonna run out of proc for a second. Actually, I won't. I have water jet right away here. I always use the first frost firebolt right away, in case you like get a lot of procs and you get like. I'm back to 4. I use Iceland right away. And this is basically how you're playing Frost right now. There's nothing really extreme to it. You should probably make weaker so you can track your procs better, but yeah. Just the most important part here is that you're using your frozen orb and your water jet like in line with each other, so you always can get stacks. It's not about doing damage with them. It's about always trying to always have stacks available. I'll use frozen orb here. Gotta use my frost fire here before it. Okay, I got no stack. Whenever you're cleaving as Frost and you don't have any Iceland's procs available, your damage gets reduced dramatically. The mana trinket, you don't really have to worry about too much about it. You can ignore it mostly. If it's about to run out, you can try to make sure you get like an Iceland's off proc as well at the end. Okay, yeah, it's about to run out, so I use a frost firebolt right before it runs out. It's pretty much, it's nothing too much. It doesn't. The mana trinket isn't like huge compared to like Arcane, where it's like super strong. But this is just when you have the 4 piece, you can stack up Icelands 4 times. You just want to make sure you always stack up the 4. Each water jet, you always have your procs available. That's pretty much how you play Frost right now, super cleaving. You can play Frost for single target too, but Arcane is just much better single target, so I don't see a point to do that. The way that you want to spec as Frost is you want to do as Unstable Magic, Rune of Power, or Encounter Slow if you have to move a lot, and Thermal Void. You don't want to play with, for cleaving, straight cleaving, like 2-3 target cleave, you don't want to use Ice Nova or Frost Bomb, because the time it takes to use Ice Nova and Frost Bomb is a global cooldown that you could have used on Frostbolt Icelands combo. If you play like I do, you will almost always have Icelands procs available for every Frostbolt you cast. So you don't want to use those global cooldowns for anything else other than Frostbolt Icelands, in my opinion. That's, at least this is how I'm playing. I think I'm doing pretty well. There might be better ways of doing it in the future when people play it more and when people figure out better ways of doing it. But right now this works for me, and this is how I'm playing it. I don't worry too much about using Frozen Orb right away as soon as it comes up. I try to instead like maybe delay it 5-10 seconds just to like get it up, use it when I actually need procs. Like if I have like 4 stacks, I'm not gonna use it right away. I'm gonna use a few procs before I use it so you don't get overly maxed out on procs and shit. And that's pretty much it. Like Frost isn't very too complicated. It's just mostly about trying to maximize your stacks uptime as much as you can. Like if you check my buff time, uptime here, you see 95% of my fingers are Frost. 95% of the fight there, I had Finger of Frost available. You basically want to have this one almost always up, almost all the time. So you always have an Iceland proc available for your Frostbolts. And then this trinket that's doing it, which is the reason why you want to cast like Frostbolt into Icelands. Because after every Frostbolt you cast, your Icelands becomes like improved if you cast it right after. This is nerfed, it's like 70% or something now. It's really strong. And if there's any people that want to know the stat ways for Frost, it's pretty much the same way as it was in Heimdall or like before. Like multi-strike is still your strongest stat. Into crit or haste, it depends. It depends how much you have of each. Like the best way of knowing your stat weights is to sim your character and check it. Like, but multi-strike is pretty strong. I still have full haste and enchanted gear because I play arcane mostly. But it works. Even if you have full haste and gemmed gear and enchanted gear, you can still play Frost very well. Which is what I'm doing. As long as you have some kind of multi-strike. I eat multi-strike food and stuff, of course. But yeah, that's about it. I don't think I need to cover anything more. That mostly the hard part of Frost is knowing like how you wanna optimize your rotation with it. Like some people keep saying that Frost is pretty clunky with the new Archimonde trinket. I think it's pretty okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You just have to maximize your uptime on your Finger of Frost. That's pretty much it. You do sometimes get capped on your Frost Firebolt, but I don't think that's a super huge thing. As long as you make sure you keep your Finger Frost procs as much as you can. Getting like a little bit, like a few seconds of capped on Frost Firebolt is not a huge deal. I think having the Frost Firebolt available while you don't have any way of building up Fingers of Frost is a good way of having downtime. Anyways, guys, I thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions, make sure you post it in the comments below. I will try to answer any question that you have as best as I can. Keep in mind this might not be the best way to play Frost for cleaving, but this is how I play it. I think I'm doing very well with it, and it works for me. And I hope it will work for you guys as well. Thanks for watching, and if you want to follow my Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube, that will help out a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.